Hi there. I hope everybody had a lovely Christmas day and that you all enjoyed yourselves. Okay, well, enjoyed whatever kind of day you had. Okay. I know some people were alone, don't have family, or they don't get on with family, or something. Okay. Um, I used to be so depressed at Christmas. Well, leading up to Christmas, I really did. I missed my mum and dad more than anything. Okay. And I always sort of felt that there wasn't a Christmas without them. Okay. I'd never sort of built up traditions for my little family. So not having them around wasn't that easy. And I've never been an actual tradition person. It's strange. When I was younger, it didn't bug me that much, okay? But now I'm older, it kind of bugs me in a way, right? But anyway, you know, I learnt with time, okay, that getting myself all twisted and depressed and everything over Christmas before we're leading up to Christmas and then of course Christmas Day didn't really help anything. And it made everybody else down, okay? And I don't know. I just at some stage I just decided, this ain't this ain't working, right? This really ain't nice. It's not helping anybody. Okay, it's not making anything any better. So I decided that I was going to make a go of it. Not making anything any better. Hang on a minute. Let me get this. Yeah, here we are. I decided to that I was going to make a go of it, okay, no matter what, right? And um, it didn't matter whether I could cook brilliantly or the meal turned out fantastically or it was just um, me and and hubby and the boys because my daughter's over in Ireland with my grandkids and I never see them. Okay, I see them on WhatsApp and that sort of thing, but face to face now. Money wise, it's pretty impossible from here and from her side as well, as she's a single mum. Okay, so it's kind of difficult because kind of, as a mum, you feel sort of disjointed. But it is what it is, and I had to deal with it, okay? And you know that so this year, my eldest son, he's a dog walker, okay? And I mean, he has grafted, all right? He has a steel pin in his leg. He's got one of his knees is shattered. A car hit him in Portugal. A drunk driver smacked him as he was crossing the road. Came out of nowhere and hit him at a hell of a force. And he broke his arm, smashed his leg, okay, including the kneecap. And yet he has, and I mean, dog walking, you walk, you walk the dog, okay? And he does it for an hour, a dog. And I tell you something, it's been one of the best things for him. It's liberated him so much because he has always had a passion for animals. Always. It seems that he's almost like an animal whisperer. It doesn't matter what animal it is. And him and dogs have always had a connection. Okay, so I mean, he's really found something that he's passionate about. Okay, and I mean, him and pit bulls, I don't know what it is. Him and pit bulls and Rottweilers, they become like teddy bears. And I mean, the owners of these dogs, okay, that he walks, there's a Rottweiler pair and a couple of pits, and the owners are just astounded at how the dogs change and become actually obedient and um, more well. They secure and they not um, they the vicious side of them, okay, seems to almost melt away. And it's nothing. I mean, it's nothing that he like beats the dog or shouts at the dog or anything like that. It's his way of communicating with the dog. Sometimes he doesn't even say anything. Okay. And he just watches the dog and listens to the dog and listens how the dog, the way the dog barks or whatever. Okay. Dogs have a language. All right. And um he's pretty good with it. And he thoroughly enjoys himself. So he turned around and he said, Mum, we work so hard all year. Okay. Christmas must be a banger. So I said, okay, cool, no problem. And he loves his meat. He's a carnivore with in capital letters. Okay. He always has. I mean, like right from a little boy. So he went out and he got a duck and he got some rolled beef and he got a chicken and he wanted a big thing of potato salad because you see here for Christmas is hot. It's our summer. And I mean, temperatures can reach 40 degrees Celsius. So you don't want anything hot. Okay. And him and my youngest son, they love Brussels sprouts. So there's a big packet of Brussels sprouts and cranberry sauce and all sorts of things. And I was petrified. I've never cooked a duck in my life. Okay. And I said, Okay, fine. I'm just going to stick the whole lot into one roasting pan, and I cook on a gas stove. But it's not a very advanced gas stove. Okay. I mean, it does all the cooking that I need and everything. Okay. Except for the roasting. You don't get browning on the things unless you. What I have to do is I cover the stuff with either tin foil, or if it's a roasting dish that's got a lid. Okay. Then I put the lid on. And then the last, say, depends on what it is, but last 30 minutes or hour or 15 minutes of the cooking, I remove the lid. And then you find the stuff does go brown. So, but I was so worried. I mean, I'm the worst cook out. The kitchen and I have a love hate relationship. There's nothing about the kitchen that I like. Okay. So, I mean, I was petrified. But I said to him, we're going to cook on Christmas Eve. And he loves to help me. And I'm so thankful for that. Okay. And so I said, okay, fine, we'll cook Christmas Eve, right? So that on Christmas Day, everything's done and it's all cold and everything, all right? And then I made an ice cream Christmas pudding, right? Oh, that I was worried about as well, because I was petrified it was going to turn out a flop. You see, my stuff normally does because I'm so ham-handed when it comes to cooking. But I mean, yeah, it was fun. And the food came out absolutely spot on. The potato salad, I make my own salad dressing with an egg and oil because my eldest, well, both my sons have got an intolerance of dairy, okay? But they'll still eat like ice cream and things like that. But I thought, the less dairy I can have in the meal, I'm already going to have cream in the ice cream. So, but anyway, I made the salad dressing for the mayonnaise for the potato salad, and it came out absolutely spot on. It was so nice. And the duck, oh man. I mean, I don't really like chicken because I don't know, I'm kind of sick of chicken. When we lived in Portugal, every single Sunday we had barbecued chicken and chips. Okay. Um, and now we're living in South Africa, okay, with the price of meat and everything being so high. We eat a lot of chicken. I'm sort of waiting for me to start laying eggs and growing feathers. So having that duck was really, really good. And I coated it with orange juice, well, everything that was in that roasting pan got orange juiced. And then I cut up an orange and I stuck it up the duck's. How's your father? And it, rubbed it with garlic and that sort of stuff, and it came out really nicely. So I couldn't believe it. I mean, the ice cream pudding. Oh, that is. Only problem is, I asked hubby to get me some Moya's vanilla essence. And he got me whatever, brought it, okay. And I thought that I didn't look to check on the label, and put it into the cream, and things started going pink. And I said, oh, it was cake coloring, red cake coloring. So we got a red Christmas pudding, okay. And I wanted some cherries in it. We got cranberries, dried cranberries, and raisins. And I wanted some cherries. And it was while I was making it, I decided I wanted cherries. Okay. Well, while I was preparing the dried fruit, putting it into orange juice to soak for a little bit, and my son went over and he ended up getting fresh cherries. So we would put some fresh cherries in, which is actually very, very nice because the cherries are a little bit tarty, okay? And you use condensed milk in this ice cream. And condensed milk's very, very sweet. Okay. I'm very with it. All right. But anyway, um, and the cherries, we cut them up and depip them and put them into the mix, okay? And they are so nice because of that tartness. It was really, really nice. So I couldn't believe it. I thought, cool, blimey. First time ever. Oh no, there was one time in Portugal I bought a goose instead of a turkey because I really don't like turkeys. And I bought a goose for Christmas. Man, that goose, I tell you something, and it's so strange. Here in South Africa, you would think that they would have geese coming out of their ears because, I mean, people have flocks of geese. Well, I've been here 20 something years and I haven't found a goose in the butchery or in the supermarket. So I don't know. But that is the best. A goose is the living best. It really is. Well, I think so anyway. And so Christmas Day was really, really nice. Ooh, there's a cat running past. I wonder why it's running past. It was really, really nice. It's been a really nice, peaceful day. And I felt good. I felt comfortable and happy. Yes, I'm a bit sad, okay, because I think of mum and I think of dad. I think of my friends that I've lost, okay, um, and I think of my daughter and my grandkids, okay. But uh, it, I think you've got to get to a stage in life where it is what it is, okay, and you can either lie down and play victim and feel sorry for yourself, or you can get up and live. And I seriously don't want to play victim and feel sorry for myself because it affects everybody around me and it's not fair on them. Okay. So yeah, there was my private time. I had my little okay. But that was just between me and whoever. It wasn't a public show or people could tell or anything like that. Okay. So it was very nice. We normally have my brother who comes, my brother and my sister-in-law who come, okay, but he had an up on his leg, and his orthopedic surgeon doesn't want him walking on it, okay, until he's given him a thorough checkup on the 21st of January. So I said no. Maybe the trip would, because I mean, it takes them about what, an hour to get to my house because they're not in Cape Town. They live out of Cape Town, okay? And so I said, no, okay, cool, no problem, okay. We'll do it next year, okay. So, but I enjoyed today. It's been a good day. You know, it just shows that we make the day what it is. We have the choice of either enjoying it, okay, um, or we can feel sorry for ourselves, okay, and pity ourselves and all that kind of business and actually destroy the day. You see, uh, another thing that I realized, okay, when we sit and we mourn a Christmas, a time in our lives, okay, a Christmas past or whatever it is, the people that we are mourning, we aren't really honoring them. Okay. I think remembering with love, and yes, there is some sadness. I mean, good Lord. Of course there's going to be some sadness. But remembering them, remembering those memories, treasuring those memories. I think that, and looking upon it as how blessed we were for being part of that person's life for whatever time it was, okay? Instead of, oh, we miss them and all that. Yes, we do miss them. I mean, good Lord, it's obvious, right? It's nobody's made out of stone, all right? But we can't do that for the rest of our lives because that's not what they would have wanted us to do, all right? It's not how they want to be remembered. So I think in a way, it's almost dishonoring a person in a way, okay? Instead of remembering them with pleasure and joy and thankfulness that we were part of their lives for however long. Okay. I mean, that's how I look at it. I don't know. Maybe I'm just cockeye. Maybe I'm just weird. But it is what it is. I mean, it's life. Okay. But it was a lovely day. It really was. Giving in this in this family's become very sparse. And I must say, I do like a present. I really do. And I love it when it's wrapped up. You know what I get a lot of pleasure out of is wrapping the presents. I love that. I mean, I'm the worst rapper out, okay, but I enjoy it. I love that. And I crochet and I knit. So I decided that I'm going to better organize myself. And next Christmas, there's going to be homemade gifts because I mean, I don't have the money. I'm a housewife. Okay. Um, I do little odd things here and there, okay, but nothing. I've tried, okay, I've tried, but I don't know. It just doesn't seem to work out. So they're going to get homemade gifts, jerseys. I know in the summer it sounds rather stupid, okay, but they'll appreciate it in the winter, and beanies and that kind of business. So I'll be better organized, okay, and then I want to make my son, the dog walker. He wants me to make some little gifts for his clients. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to crochet some pot scrubbers. They're really great. I crocheted a lot for myself. They're really great. And some coffee cup cozies or whatever you want to call them. Okay. And see, just little things, just to say, there we go, have a nice day. But those pot scrubbers, you make them out of what they call scrubby yarn. Okay, and they're lovely. I mean, I clean the shower. Um, I've got one in the shower, and I clean the shower doors with it, glass doors. I clean the basin with it, the baths. Um, I've got one in the kitchen that I use for my pots. It's absolutely brilliant for the wrought iron, okay, because it's not abrasive. And I got another one that I made to clean my countertops. It's really good. So I want to make a whole lot more and make some really pretty ones for his clients. Um, I got a lot of things. I started a jersey for hubby, okay, but I started it late. Okay, I mean, what's the middle of November, and then I've unpicked. I got the front and half the back done, or the back and half the front. I don't know, but anyway, whatever it was, and I unpicked it all because I didn't like the pattern. Okay, it was really kind of stupid and all over the place. So I restarted it, and then in the process, I was crocheting beanies for my two sons, and I was trying to do a shopping bag for my sister-in-law. But then when they weren't able to come for Christmas, I thought, okay, fine. So I put that on the back burner and carried on with hubby's jersey. But he didn't get his jersey for Christmas. So, but anyway, he knows that it's been done. Okay, so it's a thought that counts. There we are. Um, I'd hoped some people would have come and joined me. Would have been nice. Doesn't seem to anybody wants to. So that's that. Um, anything else? Nah, I don't think so. Oh, and we had some rain tonight. Very unusual for Cape Town to have rain in the summer, but I'm not complaining. It is so hot. It's really horrible. But anyway, it is what it is. Well, it doesn't seem like anybody's going to come up and join. So I might just end this now. Okay. I hope you all had a good day. And for a change, be good to yourself. Okay. Really, be good to yourself. Honor the loved ones that you miss by enjoying what you had with them. Okay. Enjoying it and um, remembering it with pleasure. And yes, there's sadness. Of course there is. Okay. But with a lot of pleasure. And look, if you were angry with family, if they did something to hurt you, you've got two choices. Well, actually, you've got three choices. You can do what I did, which is walk away completely and leave it like that. Okay. No regrets, no bitterness, no anger. Okay. But it's done. And that's that. There's no going back. There's no um, ifs, maybes, what if. No. It's done. You can do that. okay, and move on with your life. But you have to move on. You can't be stuck on a treadmill of hatred and um, uh, pity and all that kind of this. You can't do that because that just there's nothing good comes out of it. Okay, that's number one. Number two, you can sit and feel sorry for yourself and hate as much as you want. Okay, and watch the other person enjoying themselves, or you can take that. You can take, if you're not prepared to walk away from them and that's it, okay, then my way of dealing with it is, right, they said this and this, okay, am I going to be a small person and let it affect me, okay, or am I just going to, seriously, if that's their problem, that's their problem. It's got nothing to do with me. I never did anything to invite that kind of performance, okay? And I'm not going to let them ruin the rest of the time with my family or being with my family or whatever, okay? They have to be there, they're part of the family, all right? But I'm not going to let them affect me because there's no sense in it. There is seriously no sense in it. You're going to lose out on your family because one person wants to be a bee with an itch, okay? And it's going to affect everything. And it makes you ill because you end up being depressed and all this kind of business. It's not worth it. It's seriously, you see, the minute you jump onto somebody's hate train, you've then relinquished your power. They have power over you. Okay. Look, it's taken me many, many years and plenty of heartache and pain and all that kind of business, okay, to reach where I am today. And I wish I'd known what I know now. I wish I'd known it earlier. I wish somebody had told me that earlier in my life, okay? I could have avoided so much bitterness and pain and depression. I really could have. But it came to me when it was supposed to. That's how I look at it. And maybe when I was ready. Maybe I wouldn't have been ready when I was younger. And my two choices, I don't even think about the hatred part. I don't want to waste my time hating anybody. I'll dislike somebody, okay, but not even with a feeling. It's, oh, I dislike you because for whatever reason, okay, and I move on. I don't have the time, and I don't have the energy, and I don't want to waste the time and the energy that I have, okay, on stuff that is going to go nowhere. Not going to help anybody. It's not going to help me. It's not going to put a day extra on my life. It's not going to do anything good. So I don't want to waste my time with it. And if you have a problem with me, that's your problem. You know, the best thing that I did was one Christmas. Okay, there was a certain person that really does not like me, and they look at me, they look on me as a threat. I don't know why. Okay, I've never been able to figure it out because I've never done anything but good. Yeah, mind you, I did a few bad things. Okay, but I mean that was years and years and years and years and years ago, and I've corrected myself since then. And they know it, okay, because they've seen the difference in me. And they passed a comment that was, oh yes, it was one Christmas. It was really, really hot. It was here in Cape Town, and there were a lot of flies, and I'd run out of my fly spray that I have in these little containers that have a timing thing in and they squirt it out. Okay, I'd run out of that, and I'd forgotten during all the performance of leading up to Christmas and everything to get the refill. So there were a lot of flies around, and for some reason, flies love me. I think because they irritate me so much that they enjoy getting me irritated. And I said something like, "Ah, man, bugger off, you stupid flies. What do you keep on coming here by me for?" And this person turned around and said, "Well, flies love shit." Do you know, I stopped, and everybody that was there stopped. And you know, in the cartoons, when you see they're watching a movie or something, okay, and their heads turn and it makes that noise. Well, that happened. And everybody just looked at me and they stopped breathing because they know me, okay, and they know how quick I am to respond to that sort of thing. And I burst out laughing. Once I recovered, but I was it was quick. Okay, I was actually very proud of myself because I burst out laughing. Okay, and the reaction, there wasn't that much time between what was said, the people waiting for my reaction and my actual reaction. All right, and when I burst out laughing, everybody went. You heard them like a tire letting out air. Oh, they were so happy because they'd thought that I was going to come back with a humdinger. Okay. And I was hurt. I was hurt because this person, okay, is very important to me. Okay. And I was really hurt by that. But because there were people around, I had to contain myself. And that was a very good thing because by the time the people had gone, the anger and the anger had gone. Okay. The anger had gone. The minute I laughed, okay, it's almost like it laughed the anger away. Okay. So that I didn't have, but the pain that those words had caused, okay, it was a bit duller. And I said to the person, I said, you know, that was the most nasty thing that you could ever have said to me. And that really, really hurt me. And there wasn't any reason to say it. And you know what the person turned around and said? I never said that. You must be crazy. And I just burst out laughing. And I decided there and then, okay, I mean, I don't forget it. I don't forget it. Okay, but it doesn't leave me with any negative. When I think about it, it doesn't leave me with a negative, it doesn't bring up a negative emotion in me. Okay. I mean, of course, I think about it. I don't sit here and ponder on it, but I mean, it will pass through the old mind, you know. I mean, there's lots of space in the mind. Some things got to be filled somehow. But I thought to myself, wow, you have really come a long way, girl. To be able to have the ability, okay, to actually boom, stop yourself before you say anything that you're going to regret, number one. And number two, that's going to make everybody in your presence feel really, really bad. Okay. I didn't have that right to do that. Okay. The other person had already made a spectacle of themselves, and I wasn't going to jump on the bandwagon. And I thought the only thing I can do is laugh. If I say anything, it's just going to make everything worse. And the only thing I could do was laugh. And I was really proud of myself that I'd been able to do that. And that it almost seemed like because I'd laughed the anger away. Because I could feel the anger. It was sort of the top of my head was like a volcano waiting to explode. Okay. It was sort of going vroom, 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 vroom. And the minute I laughed, that was it. Pshoof, it was gone. And I was really thankful because that was a moment that I could have really made a complete and utter mess of everything, made a spectacle of myself. It would have been so uncomfortable to deal with afterwards. Okay. And I just wasn't prepared to do it. I really wasn't. And I thought, no, you know, if that's your way of having a dig at me, that's cool. But at the end, you can't even admit that that's what you did. Okay, no, you've got to deny it and then make out like I'm going nuts. Something wrong with me. But I just laughed. I just laughed. And I didn't say anything. And it was funny. About 2 or 3 days later, my sister-in-law, she was here when it happened, and her sister was here when it happened. Okay. And she called me and she said, we had such a fantastic day. I want to thank you so much. So I said, no, it was brilliant. I said, that's what I wanted. I wanted everybody to enjoy themselves. And there's a car outside there. I don't know what it's doing. And she said, I want to bring up something. She said, don't feel embarrassed or anything like that, okay? But she said, I want to bring up what that person said to you. So I said, oh, yeah, okay, cool. I said, I apologize for that person saying that, okay, because there was no need for it. Maybe they meant it as a joke or something. I said, whatever. So she said, no, she said, that was really, really bad. She said, and the way that you handled it, she said, you squashed the whole thing absolutely flat. She said, and I thank you so much. So I told her how I'd felt. Everybody sort of sucked in their breath, okay? And it was sort of, everybody looking at me now, waiting. She said, yeah. She said, we were all waiting for you to say something. She said, and my sister, now it's the first time I'd met her sister. She said, my sister was absolutely blown away with the way that you dealt with it. Okay, so I said, no, well, I'm glad. I said, it's over, it's done, it happened. I apologize for that because I know it made you lot feel very uncomfortable and there was no need for it. So I said, but it is what it is. And we walk away from it and we carry on and I laugh about it. Oh, excuse me. I'm tired. Well, what's the time here? It's 4:30 in the morning. Yeah. It's 4:30 Wednesday morning. Oh, it's dustbin day, which means you've got a holiday, what we call bergies, street people. vagrants, but we call them bergies. It sounds much better. They go around dustbin shopping. A lot of it is for recycling. They plastics and newspapers and glass and all that. And sometimes they make a terrible mess. And people have tried to stop it, but they still do it. But now what we do, instead of putting the dustbins out at night, okay, for the truck to pick up in the morning, we only put them out in the morning. So it kind of limits that to a little bit. At least they're not walking up and down the streets. And a lot of them are gang members, okay? We have a prison gang here called the Numbers. And they have what would you call it? Like groups inside the Numbers, like the 26s and the 23s. They are the ones that are outside of prison, okay, and they have to provide money and material stuff for the guys in prison. So it goes theft and selling drugs and prostitution and all that kind of business. And it's kind of not cool. But anyway, life in Cape Town is like that. It's run by the gangs. And they're everywhere. They are everywhere. They've managed in this area where I live to keep it pretty low profile. Yes, they're around. You see them around, okay? But it's not like in the area where I lived before, where these guys were violent. Okay? They were really, really violent. Here, we've got a pretty good neighborhood watch, okay? And a lot of nosy people, which is what you need. I sit up all night in front of an open window in my lounge, okay, facing the street. Well, it's right by the street. And I watch and see what's going on. Because I'm petrified that if I'm sleeping, they're going to break in, okay? Okay, I've got really well made, they're called Spanish burglar bars. And they're really, really well made, okay? And they're on the outside, they're thick, galvanized iron, okay? I mean, they're not thick, big things, okay? But I mean, it's solid. And I have security doors in front of my doors, like my front door and my glass doors and my sliding doors and my back door. Okay, and all the windows have got the burglar bars. It would be pretty difficult for somebody to get in, but I'm just so scared, okay, that somebody would. And I'd wake up with somebody pointing a gun in my face, okay, over my bed. So I sit up, the men sleep. They're the ones that work, I don't. And that's it. And I do that every night. And then I go to bed at 5 o'clock in the morning. And I do that every night, every single night. Okay. I mean, people have said, you'll get shot one day. I said, yeah, that's the way it happens. If that happens, that happens. But I'm much more secure sitting and looking outside and seeing what's happening outside and who's around and all that. I mean, the cops even drive past here sometimes. Okay, looking to see if I'm here. Okay, and they flash their lights and I put my thumb up to show that everything's okay. And the security companies go past and they slow down when they go past the house and give them a thumbs up. So everybody's used to me doing it. I mean, the eccentric old lady in the street. Okay. But that's how I feel safe. Okay, and that's my contribution to keeping my family safe. So anyway, Nobody's come to join me. I'm just talking here to fresh air and my lonesome self. Would have been nice if somebody had come up and joined me. Excuse me. But anyway, it is what it is. There's not a single breeze, nothing. And it would be so nice if there was some wind. I like wind in Cape Town because then it helps. And I tell you what, the wind can blow in Cape Town. Oh, it can yodel. And at night, okay, when you're sitting here at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning and you've got this wind, and I've got a, a backyard that's sort of long. So the wind sort of howls and it sounds like there's a massive tornado or something, okay, going through, but it isn't. And it sounds so spooky. Odie, the old man doesn't want you in the room. Okay, just go and lie down in your bed. It's Odie, my poor little doggy. He likes to go and sleep on the. He's got a little bed by my hubby's side of the bed. But my hubby, for some reasons, closed the bedroom door and kicked him out of the room tonight. So he's sort of looking at me with very sad eyes. I'm just going to open the door. I ain't going to go and open the door. When I go to the room just now, you can go in. Okay, guys. Have a great Boxing Day and rest of your week. May your gods go with you. Take care of each other and a stranger. Ciao, ciao.